I didn't drink till about 13 years old. And I grew up in a culture where everybody kind of drinks. Some people who drink a lot go to detox, but for the most part, people just drink on a daily basis, and it's norm. I had a knee injury, I was playing hockey. That got me into opiates for about 6 or 7 years. Obviously, it's prescribed for maybe a couple months, and then just buying it off the streets. There are certain events in my life, tragic events, stressful events, that made me go into a drinking binge. So I would go in and start drinking heavily for weeks, sometimes close to a month. Just a lot of vodka, and that's my drink of choice. My father passed away in 2012, and that was very tragic to me. I almost made it to his death. I flew to Estonia. He was sick, and when I was in airport, I called my mom. I said, I'm on my way, and she said he just passed away. So that was very tragic. So when I got back to the United States, I was drinking as much as I can. The only thing that stopped me is DUI. I was drinking for a couple months, and unfortunately I was drinking and driving, and that was kind of a sign, hey, you gotta stop, and I slowed down. But I didn't stop. Maybe about 6 months ago, had another tragic event, which was with my family, my wife, now ex-wife, and my daughter. And because of that, I went into drinking binge, and this time it was serious. It was about 4 or close to 5 months, every day drinking about 4 bottles of vodka, literally killing myself. And at the end, I was okay with not waking up next morning. I felt like when I tipped that bottle, somebody else was holding it up for me, I know, spiritually, and that was it. Luckily, I do have a good friends, and one of them came up to check on me, and door was locked, so he went through the window. He found me, he called ambulance, and I ended up in an emergency room with seizures, almost a cardiac arrest, and alcohol level was so high that they had no idea why am I still alive. It was 0.736. So more alcohol in my blood than blood. It was insane. They pumped me out. At that point, when I was so depressed and so drunk, I was suicidal. I do remember that I had a knife. I didn't have a plan, but I wanted to just be done with the world and myself, and which is sad. But the lady who was watching me, she said, you need to go to detox. I have never been to detox. I've been doing it by myself all my life, and I have never gone to that point where it was that bad. I had no idea what is detox, and she somehow helped me out to get into a detox. When I got there, I just went to bed, and a couple days later, I woke up not knowing what is going on, where am I, and I still had somewhat suicidal thoughts, depressed. Yeah, it was a terrible condition. People, especially my counselor at the detox, was saying, what are you going to do after you get out of here, once you're sober? I said I had no idea. Probably going to start drinking again, or, I feel better now. Yeah, why not? Yeah, and it was terrible. But she said, you need to go to rehab. I said, rehab? I never been to rehab. I don't think I need it. I think I should be fine. And she said, no, I'm going to find something for you. This is the point where I was saved. I was very hopeless, and I found a hope with help of my counselor and help of Scottsdale Recovery Center, SRC. She said that there's a scholarship that Scottsdale Recovery Center is offering to one person and one person only, and it's in memory of one of their staff members who just recently passed away. It didn't really register to me because at that time I had no idea how big of a deal that would be to the Scottsdale Recovery Center, to me. Basically, they saved my life. When I got to Scottsdale Recovery Center on first day, I didn't really see reality the way, it through the sober eyes person. But what I felt is people who work there, they're so caring, so loving, and it was so weird to me. I didn't understand why at first, but once time went on, I understood that everyone who works there, they went through the same thing I'm going through. So they can relate 100%. They know what it's like to be there. And that unconditional love, care, it's just, but my family, my wife or my brother, I never felt that kind of love and care. It was unbelievable. As days gone by, we had a lot of groups. I questioned a lot spirituality, higher power, and because I'm not really religious, but the way they spoke about it, it just made me very confused at first, but then changed my mind into the whole spirituality and higher power. How many people spoke about it, and how many people actually, it seemed like a miracle. They believed in it, they worked the program, the 12-step program, they had support from everybody else in recovery. Amazing things happened to them. They became not negative, positive, and they just have this beautiful life. To me, it was, whoa, how is it possible? It's unbelievable. But that's what made me change my mind, looking at those people, hearing their stories, going to AA meetings, working the program of 12 steps. Yeah, that was unbelievable. We go to different groups, we'll learn about how to live our lives when we get out, what is sobriety like. They definitely give us all the tools we need to be sober, stay sober when you get out, go to meetings, have a sponsor, get sponsees, and go to fellowship, and just keep your life busy. The support you get, the respect you get, everybody knows what you're there for. As days went by, second even day, you can relate to them. A lot of people there for the same problem, drinking, alcohol, obviously. Right now, I can tell you, I've been there for 31 days total, and some of the people I met, I feel like they're gonna be my friends forever. Already some people who left come back to visit, or they're in outpatient program and they just come from home to the center for the groups. I feel like they're my brothers and my sisters. It's unbelievable. It's unconditional love. I care about them, they care about me, and we always talk about issues. We always try to help each other. Obviously, there are therapists who help us as well, so that's huge. The people I met and I live with in a rehab, they are my family. We help each other, we get along, we study together, we play games together, we go through everything together. And without them, it would be much harder to go through this process, absolutely. Get yourself in a rehab, detox rehab. If you can, get to Scottsdale Recovery Center, if not other places, but get help. It will change your life, it will change your world.